Namaha Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Sarasate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Samyavadi Paschatya Desatarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So I was told to give you some introduction to the study of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta has been written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and it has been propounded that as a study, it is postgraduate study, because in post-graduation we are supposed to do a lot of research. In the research, we have to find out the references of the previous acharyas on the subject of any character or description of any devotee. So, Chaitanya Charitamrta has been keeping every nitty-gritty details in mind to make us understand the known difference between Lord Sri Chaitanya and Sri Krishna. And Shastric evidences are overweighing the same purpose to establish an authoritative narration of a character. So the purpose of Lord Chaitanya to come to introduce the Harinam Sankirtan and thereby giving everybody without any exception chance to get delivered fully. Deliverance from the effect of the material bondage is called mukti, but according to Krishna, real bhakti starts after the mukti. So, in deliverance of from the ignorance to the absolute truth, and to relish, to quench our love, that is the only purpose of the life, is very systematically connected with Lord Shri Krishna. So, we are told to study Chaitanya Charitamrta very diligently. Very diligently. Means scrutinizingly, back and forth. The Bengalis especially love to read Chaitanya Charitamrta, and which is written in poetic form, simple poetic form, not complicated either. But these Bengali verses, as we say, they are quite giving the proper understanding. So even a person who is not familiar with Bengali can become acquainted very well with the meaningful presentation of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. It's not a matter of language, as usual. it is the matter of transcendental experience that is obtained through a systematic study of Bhagavad Gita, for that relation, Srimad Bhagavatam, and then Chaitanya Charitamrta. So primary study is called Bhagavad Gita, which are the direct verse, even though so simple, but very difficult to implement because of our bodily conception of life. And Srimad Bhagavatam is the elaborate presentation by Srila Vyasadeva himself, the original author. And he presented in detail the verdict of all the 12 Mahajans and their interrelationship with Lord Shri Krishna, their devotional service, and how they prove that Krishnastu Bhagavana Swayam, he is the origin of all the Purusha avatars, Guna avatars, Lila avatars, Shakti Avesha avatars, in any category. So, Srimad Bhagavatam has been outstanding in all Vaishnava Sampradaya to be, the direct manifestation of Bhagavana Swayam, that is Lord Krishna. Ete chansa kalapamsa Krishnastu Bhagavana Swayam Indriyari Vyakulam Mrdayanti Yuge Yuge Vyakulam Lokam. The enemies of Indra, they were perturbing all the pure souls. So the Lord appears from time to time in different incarnations, but they are all Ansh and Kala. Ansh and Kala of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. So there arises two schools of thought of Vaishnava belief, and that is Ramanuja's Vishishtadvaita Vad, where Lord Narayan or Vishnu, Tattva Vishnu is the absolute truth personality of Godhead, and through whom everything has been expanded, both spiritually and materially. But Srimad Bhagavatam crosses the boundary of Vishishtadvaitavad and pinpoints to the singular personality through the means of Vedanta Sutras and other theological presentations. So, establishing Lord Shri Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to keep this philosophy of the Vaishnavacharyas, from Madhvacharya to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Krishna himself. And he has to be understood not only as an avatar, but as identical as Lord Shri Krishna, the avatar. So, Chaitanya Charitamrta study is much more confidential, much more in the form of the Mahavakyas means the formula like Vedanta Sutra, Janmadhyasya Yatah, was the foundation of explanation both for Mayavadis, even Vishishtadvaitavadis, or for that reason, even Madhva Sampradaya. But this Mahavakya was explained in different terms, different interpretations through Adi Shankara. And to refute them, that it is impersonal or zero or Brahman, and you become Brahman by this impersonal theory. That is the climax of impersonalism, is called Mayavad. How could it be tolerated? So the references of such a drastic action to introduce Mayavad was ordered by Lord Krishna himself to Lord Shiva in Vishnu Puran, that Vishnu ordered Shankara, Lord Shiva, that you appear as a Brahman boy and use your grammatical jugglery to dissuade them and accept the Vedic authority by making them Brahman themselves, as good as God, or they are God themselves. Many things remain obscure in Adi Shankara's philosophy of Mayavad, but the purpose that he received the order from the Lord himself. So there is no fault on Adi Shankara. Rather, the purpose was to drive away the theistic philosophy of Buddhism, and he was thus successful by reintroducing the authority of the Vedas. Can be misinterpreted through grammatical jugglery, and yet as if Adi Shankara was joking. In joking mood, he was telling his disciples that you have been befooled by this theory. And at the time of death, it is not going to help you. Better Bhaja Govinda. Mood Madhya. So we know some of the stories. But at the same time, when Lord Shiva got this order, he tells Parvati in Padma Puran that in Kali Yuga, I will appear as a Brahman boy and introduce this false doctrine, which is identical with atheism of Buddhism, and introduce the authority of the Vedas, and on that basis, I will make them God. So this Mayavadam Ashastrastram Prachanna Guru Bauddham Mayate Vita Brahmana Rupena Kalina. So these instructions are references, but the evolution of mankind towards spiritual realization is not only through impersonal, which is partial, but through meditation. It is also a little more, but it is still partial. But introducing bhakti on the strength of Srimad Bhagavatam, when the Mahavakya eti chans kalapunsa Krishnastu Bhagavana Swayam, this Krishnastu Bhagavana Swayam becomes the Mahavakya for Vaishnavas to understand. And this has been explained thoroughly by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, because he saw the need that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is Krishna coming to spread the Sankirtan movement. He is delivering every living entity by offering his own holy name. So how to establish Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as known different than Krishna? So it is a treatise, a very scrutinized study that is put forward by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami himself in the beginning chapters of Chaitanya Charitamrta in Adi Leela. How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his immediate assistants, they are establishing the firm, grounded, Chaitanya tree. So the purpose to preach the holy name all over the world is a practical application that everybody can participate without any reservation, because they must show the benefits of spiritual realization, make their life easy and more pleasurable to live. Everybody will be attracted from this. So, in the preface of Chaitanya Charitamrta, Srila Prabhupada is introducing the subject matter of this postgraduate study. So, knowingly that we must be well acquainted with Bhagavad Gita as it is, and Srimad Bhagavatam, we may be able to enter into understanding, or the deep esoteric understanding of the presentation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, identical with Lord Shri Krishna. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami he does the marvelous job on the foundation of his Vaishnava etiquette, and always mindful of his lowliness, always remain dependent on the mercy of his predecessors. So he himself becomes ideal example of the qualification personified for writing this great treatise of Chaitanya Charitamrta. It's not an ordinary person or ordinary literature that can be ever compared with anything else. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life and character has been given in order to be meaningful in each and every word of application. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada starts this preface that there is no difference between the teachings of Lord Chaitanya presented here and the teachings of Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. The teachings of Lord Chaitanya are practical demonstrations of Lord Krishna's teachings. Lord Krishna's ultimate instruction in Bhagavad Gita is that everyone should surrender unto him. Lord Krishna promises to take immediate charge of such a surrendered soul. The Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is already in charge of the maintenance of this creation by the virtue of his plenary expansion, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. But this maintenance is not direct. However, when the Lord says that he takes the charge of his pure devotees, he actually takes direct charge. To take the charge of maintenance of the material creation is through Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, who is also expanding as Paramatma in everyone's heart, and the deity is Aniruddha, Lord's own expansion. So Lord Krishna says that yes, I am the maintainer of the entire material world. But this seems to be indirect. But while Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that he takes the charge of his dear devotee directly. That is, that he takes the charge of his pure devotee. He actually takes the direct charge. A pure devotee is a soul who is forever surrendered to the Lord. Just as a child is surrendered to his parents or an animal to his master. And the surrendering process, one should accept things which are favorable of discharging devotional service, reject things unfavorable, firmly believe that the Lord will always protect his devotees, feel exclusively dependent on the mercy of the Lord, have no interest separate from the interest of the Lord, and always feel meek and humble. You know, Shadvita Sharanagati is written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that these are the 6 items in which the devotee should be firmly confirmed so he can take surrender to the Lord. Unless and until these 6 symptoms are maturely manifest in a devotee, he will not be called a surrendered devotee. So, the Lord is demanding in Bhagavad Gita that one should surrender to him. But the unintelligent so-called scholars of the world misunderstand these demands and urge the general mass of people to reject them. At the conclusion of the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the Lord Krishna directly orders, always think of me. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namashkuru. So by so doing, the Lord says one is sure to go to him in his transcendental abode. But the scholarly demons misguide the masses of people by directing them to surrender not to the personality of Godhead, but rather to the impersonal, unmanifested, eternal, unborn truth. That was Dr. Radhakrishnan's interpretation. Oh, you don't have to, surrender to Krishna. You have to surrender to the unknown Atma of Krishna. So, what credibility this Mayavadi impersonalist scholar, they are simply misguiding, not understanding the personality, they will fail to realize him. Become my devotee, worship me alone. Mam ekam sharanam vraja, ekam sharanam vraja. Mam namashkuru, and nobody else. So, this is the difference. So, how to save the innocent people from the teachings of the Mayavad, envious of Lord Krishna and envious of the devotional service. So they may not accept, but teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are systematically targeting to ultimate love of Godhead only. And he has come to distribute this love of Godhead free. So Mayavadis will become toothless to bite anymore in the philosophy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They will become toothless. Vedanta. The word Vedanta, we understand the conclusion of Vedas is called Vedanta. But Prabhupada also gives another definition. Danta Vihina is also called Vedanta. Vigatasya Danta Yasya iti Vedanta. Those who have been knocked out by the teeth has been knocked out, they are called Vedantist, Mayavadi. So such a blow has to be given to them to make the innocent people of Kali Yuga beneficiary to the mercy of the Lord by directly distributing love of Godhead. Free of charge. Actually, those who are students of impersonalism, then how come this impersonalists become so much eager to see the face of the Supreme Lord, as is said in the Upanishads? Means the personality is hiding by the veil of this impersonal effulgence, Brahmajyoti. And Ishopanishad we have studied, it says, Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasyapi Hitam Mukam Tat Pushram Avaruno Satya Dharmaya Drishyate. My dear Lord, if you think I'm qualified to see your beautiful face behind this dazzling effulgence of yours, please remove it and show me your personality. And Lord Chaitanya therefore taught direct worship of Lord Krishna, who appeared as the foster child of King of Vraja. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also taught that the place known as Vrindavan is as good as Lord Krishna, because Lord Krishna, being the absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, there is no difference between him and his name, his quality, form, pastimes, entourage, and paraphernalia. Lord Chaitanya also taught that the mode of worshipping the Lord is in the highest perfectional stage is the method practiced by the damsels of Vraja. These damsels, gopis or cowherd girls, simply loved Krishna without any motive for material or spiritual gain. Lord Chaitanya also taught that Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless narration of transcendental knowledge, and that the highest goal in human life is to develop unalloyed love for Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this 5 cardinal principles that Aradhyastanaya, Vrajendra Nandana, Tadhamam Vrindavanam, Ramya Kachit Pasana Vrajavadur Burgena Jakalpita. And Srimad Bhagavatam Amala Puranam. And this is the opinion, and we have to target this opinion. We don't have to worship indirectly. But because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is identical with Lord Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in Kali Yuga to deliver his own holy name by which we can be purified and put up on the higher developing state. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita, then Srimad Bhagavatam, and then Chaitanya Charitamrta becomes the most elaborate study, an intricate study to understand the confidentiality of this Mahavadanya avatar, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is also said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings are identical with Lord Kapila, the original propounder of Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya system of philosophy. Sankhya Purvakanam Kananativi. Because Sankhya philosophy is a stage-wise development of the perfection of pure devotional service. And it is happening in the stepwise direction. Pratyaksha avagamam dharmyam susukam avyayam. Pratyaksha means manifesting observational truth right before your eyes. When you follow in a stepwise avagamam the process. So Sankhya system is propounded by Devahuti Putra Kapil. He is the incarnation of Lord Krishna himself. Came to liberate his mother, but through a system of understanding what Bhakti Yoga begins with a stepwise, Ādau Shraddha Tato Sadhu Sangata Bhajana Kriya Anartha Nivrutti Syat Tato Nishtha Tatha Ruchi Asakti Bhava Prem Pradur Bhavet Krama. It happens Bhavet Krama. Krama means the stepwise. It is not haphazard. So it gives a clear indication that we can protect ourselves from becoming influenced by sahajiyas who do not care for this stepwise development of devotional service. We can meditate directly on the transcendental form of the Lord. Moreover, Srila Prabhupada writes that on the basis of Sankhya philosophy of Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, which maintains that the Supreme Lord is simultaneously one with and different from his creation, Lord Chaitanya taught that the most practical way for the mass of people to practice Sankhya Yoga meditation is simply to chant the holy name of the Lord. Again, Sankhya Purvakanam. Everything that we do is by numerical Sankhya in our Sankalpa, numerical figure. Just like Prabhupada taught us, chant 16 rounds daily without fail. That is Sankhya Purvak. Nam, Gan. Even carry out the functions of congregational chanting, while in the temple, all the artis must be accompanied by kirtan. Outside book distribution, also the process of Sankirtan, use the congregational chanting first and then book distribution. Prabhupada taught the early disciples who were zombies, and they carried out faithfully whatever Prabhupada said. And they got bliss themselves, they got experience of enriching their hearts with love of Godhead. But at the same time, they became the most primordial examples for Sankirtan techniques. So you can see that it doesn't require high birth or Vedic birth even. But Prabhupada make them of Vedic birth by giving them second initiation, Brahman initiation. So only the higher caste, Brahman, Kshatriya, and Vaishya, they were authorized to take Brahman thread. Srila Prabhupada offered Brahman thread to the male disciples, and along with the Gayatri mantras, and the female disciples also received the Gayatri mantras without Brahman thread. So the idea is that they were already twice born through one Bharatiya. So when your father is an Indian, aren't you called having an Indian trend? So Bharat Bhumile, Prabhupada expanded the definition, then one need not have to take birth in India only. Rather, one should take the birth, a second birth, through the aid of the spiritual master. He is also called Bharat Bhumi Dehoil Manushya Janmaja. So the Prabhupada expanded the definition of Bharat Bhumi. And they were the one who inspired our Indian-born devotees. So, Janma Sarthaka Kari Kara Paropakar. What is to make the fulfillment of life sarthak? Fulfillment of the process is exhibited in their character, love of Godhead. And then Karaparopakar, give it to others. So the potency of chanting of Hare Krishna qualifies anybody and everybody on the planet Earth to become a real son of India, the Vedic Bharat. So, yoga practice is essentially meant for controlling the senses, while engaging all your senses in the service of Master of Senses, Lord Shri Krishna, is the definition of bhakti. Rishikena Rishikesham Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. And you do not need any kind of qualifications, pre-qualified situations, that you must be born in No. You have to become free from external qualifications. Sarvapadhir vinirmuktam. That is the real state of your purified existence. Tat paratmena nirmalam. And engage your senses in the service of master of senses, Rishikesh. That is called bhakti. Rishikesham, Rishikena Rishikesham Sevanam Bhakti Vichyate. So, following in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who ordered his principal 6 Goswamis to go to Vrindavan, write the Bhakti Shastra, read, study Srimad Bhagavatam, and excavate the places of pilgrimage, and preach the glories and make devotees, make temples, bring back the glory of Lord Shri Krishna and his pastimes again. So this is the foundation on the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that his direct disciples, 6 Goswamis, thus did the job, gave us the ready-made Shastric literatures which were written in pursuance of Vedic version, refuted even the Vishishtadvaita philosophy of Radhamanacharya, to extol the absolute truth personality of Godhead, this Lord Shri Krishna, and not Lord Vishnu. Of course, there is an expansion. So simultaneously, oneness and difference, Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, has been utilized in the philosophy that he presented. So this philosophy is reconcilable with Vaishnava traditions, which are enriched with bhakti. So the purpose of all this establishment came from the transcendental teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, imparted in the Goswamis, and Goswamis imparted the system into their followers. And thus, the description of Chaitanya tree for distributing love of Godhead free of charge has been, firmly established. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami takes every minute detail to explain this status. And during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, the intimate associates who are connected with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were not ordinary personalities. They took part in Lord Krishna's Leela also. So, Gaur Gunodesha Dipika will give so many references. Now, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj wrote Anubhashya on Chaitanya Charitamrta. And in Anubhashyam, he took references of Bhakti Ratnakar and other contemporary treatises, along with Srila Rupa Raghunath, and established the connection. So the devotees or the intimate associates of Lord Shri Krishna came to play the Sankirtan movement part in their esoteric relationship of Lord Krishna and Chaitanya Leela also. So, which are very extolled. So, for followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that means ISKCON also, because ISKCON is considered to be one of the branch of Chaitanya tree, which has come out from Gaudiya branch separately. So our cardinal principle remains that Chaitanya Sangi Sange Nitya Siddha Karimane Jai Jai Vrajendra Sutapas. If you want to go back home, back to Godhead, during this lifetime, then you have to understand that the eternal associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are all liberated souls who were playing different roles in Krishna Lila. Now they appear to assist Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to propagate his holy name and love of Godhead in that. So, if you want to go back home, back to Godhead within this lifetime, they are Nitya Sangi, Nitya Siddha Karimane. They are eternally liberated, eternally perfected beings, those who played roles in Krishna Lila also. So if you want to go back home, back to Godhead, then you have to get their opinion, understand their role, and enrich your life. There are so many characters. You know, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains them with their reference, and Prabhupada explains through the superior understanding of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, who gives all these references in Anubhashya of Chaitanya Charitamrta commentary. So we should understand that this study becomes so elaborate because it is a postgraduate study. You should not feel bored. You must develop that interest to become qualified to enter into the postgraduate study. This introduction itself is so much penetrating to this primary requirement that those who want to advance, they must have thoroughly been educated in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Then and then they should enter into the topics which are very esoteric, and only those souls who are on the path of realization, they should make an attempt to understand it. So with this introduction, I would like to stop here and beg your questions. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, Dandavata. Hello, Maharaj. I wanted to ask you one question that Srila Prabhupada taught us that up to 10,000 years it is there. If you want to escape from this material world, you have time about up to 10,000 years. So after that, there won't be anybody to chant Lord Krishna's name and all. So what I feel that nowadays the Hare Krishna movement, it is enlarging like anything. Every day, day by day, the people are coming to this our movement. So in the end of this 10,000 years, there will be more and more devotees will be there, isn't it? So what is the situation in that time?
See, Prabhupada said that these books that he wrote, they were written by Lord Krishna and not himself. Means Krishna Shakti is the empowerment in Srila Prabhupada that he was able to write about 95 titles. I mean, translate and other things, whatever it is. But the point is that he said that because the age of Bhakti Renaissance period, which started from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance, for the special benefit out of compassion of Lord Shri Krishna himself, to distribute love of Godhead directly without any reason, because there are no means for the subject of Kali Yuga to get delivered. No yajna, no dan, charity, or no tapasya are there. They are all meritorious, but Kali Yuga is disqualification. Kalo doshanite rajan asti eko mahadguna kirtanadeva krishnasya mukta sangam param. So people are chanting so many names of the Lord, but the highest ecstasy of love of Godhead will be directly achievable by the holy name of Lord Shri Krishna alone. Kirtanad eva Krishnasya mukta sangam. There is a said in Srimad Bhagavatam. So these indications are our Mahavakya. We have to concentrate on that, deeply involve ourselves. That what does this statement say? We have to depend upon chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Kali Yuga is not going to spare those who are careless devotees. Therefore, we have to be giving our promise to chant minimum 16 rounds a day and following 4 regulative principles in front of Guru, in front of the deities, in front of the devotees, and in front of Yajna. It's a sacrifice for the pleasure of the Lord. But Kali Yuga is not going to stop its action. So the best advantage when this movement is progressing, it is estimated in Bhavishya Purana even that it will last for 10,000 years. And then again Kali Yuga. There is a conversation between Allen Ginsberg and Srila Prabhupada in Columbus, Ohio, I think in the year 1972 or a little before even 71. And he is very anxious. He heard that Prabhupada, this Hare Krishna movement is going to last only for 10,000 years. And Prabhupada said, yes. How is it then? Because Kali Yuga will start pounding everybody and finish. There will be no ISKCON, there will be no Hare Krishna Mahamantra, there will be no Srimad Bhagavatam. So these are the standard textbooks up to that.
Hare Krishna.
So the things are already foretold, and you want to become part of the history or just remain a speculator from outside. No, we need to get confirmed, because Chaitanya Charitamrta is meant for those who are confirmed devotees. This Chaitanya Charitamrita is going to put all of us who are soldiers in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's army to become mature and lead others, to give the whole world the benefit without delay. For that reason only, Prabhupada is making the Temple of Vedic Planetarium. He has so much interest in educating the so-called educators and scientists of this world about the Vedic civilization, the perfect civilization. But the time takes its own toll. Why do we have to worry about the next 10,000? Do you want to come again?
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
We don't want to come again in this miserable material world, but give the best of what we learn to others by spreading Krishna consciousness. All right?
Okay, Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranam, Maharaj.
Anybody else? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you very much for the wonderful class, Maharaj. I have a question, Maharaj, like how to have determination in spiritual life, Maharaj, in Krishna consciousness. How to have determination in following the vows, how to have determination in following the principles of devotional service. How to get that, Maharaj?
You get inspired to follow firmly from those who are following it. Means there must be senior devotees that we expect them to follow. It's a trivial understanding. Otherwise, whom are you going to trust?
That's right. That's right.
We need to get their association so we can be inspired more and more.
Okay, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you.
I think there was an incident. Some devotee complained that, oh, Srila Prabhupada, there is nobody in our center to inspire, and what should we do? Prabhupada said that you become the inspirer to others. So if you desire to get yourself inspired, you have to have enthusiasm to inspire others, because others are in worse condition than you. So you become inspiration for those who are new. And in this way, the inspiration is also coming from within, and it will be very positive effect will be there. Many times people give class and there is hardly anybody to listen to the class. And one devotee complained that Prabhupada said, why don't you give the class? The world will hear you and world will reflect back to you. So you will be also hearing your own teachings and you will be benefited. Hell with if anybody comes or not. Why do you have to worry?
Hare Krishna.